here at the museum, and basically the curator takes care of the stuff, keeps track of it, keeps records, does research. If someone offers to donate something, then we research that item and make sure it actually fits in with our mission here. Help to coordinate exhibits, help to write signs for these vehicles, find old photographs or old advertisements. And also, you know, because it's a small museum with a smaller staff, we really kind of do a little bit of everything. That's just the nature of when you have a small staff like we have. The museum was founded in 1965 by a couple, Paul and Erminie Hafer, and they were, well, Paul was the president of the Boyertown Auto Body Works, and that company built truck bodies here from 1926 up to 1990. And they actually built them in this building that the museum is in. This is one of the old factory buildings. And Paul and Erminie basically, you know, they really had a passion in the beginning, especially for vehicles that were built in Berks County. As far as unrestored vehicles, I would say most of the horse-drawn pieces are unrestored. So they, you know, might look a little rough, but we think that kind of helps tell their story and their history. There's a reason behind why certain things on a horse-drawn vehicle is damaged and what that says about the work it did for its lifetime. We do have some unrestored cars and trucks, especially some that, you know, are maybe the last or one of a few remaining examples of that manufacturer. We have a particular truck, it's called the Clinton. It's in absolutely horrible shape, but we think it's one of only 2 Clintons remaining. So, you know, that in itself says a lot about that company. We conduct research. We have a library that helps us find vehicle makes that were made in Pennsylvania, and we have a huge list. It's amazing how many were made here. A huge list of cars and trucks that we're kind of on the lookout for. Or even if we already have them represented here in the museum, we still are on the lookout for them in case it's maybe a better example or a more original example, or just something wildly different than what we already have. I think the biggest thing about this place, a big misconception, is that we're just cars. And we have so much more than that. I mean, if you're a car buff, you're gonna love it here because there's some really early, unique, experimental stuff here. But we also have the horse-drawn pieces, which people find really fascinating. We have bicycles. We have a restored 1872 carriage factory on the site that has a working blacksmith's forge. So we have certain days where there's blacksmithing going on. We have the Reading Diner and a 1921 Sunoco gas station. So we even have architecture, if that's your thing. The other big thing is our pieces themselves. 95% of the stuff on display here was built in Pennsylvania. So we're also even local history too. You know, we've got Reading represented, Pottstown, Philly, Kutztown. We have all these towns represented right here in our museum. We still rely on public funding in the form of memberships, admissions, donors. When we have special events that raise money for the museum and raise funds. And we are operated by a volunteer board of directors, and we rely on a staff, I think of a paid staff of about 9 people, and a group of volunteers as well to help the museum go.